All right, shout out Ethan Chalabowski because I'm using his focaccia recipe. It's pretty killer. I started making it like the beginning of the pandemic, I think, and it was like the first bread I kind of really started making, and my family just loves it, so I make it all the time. I like adding some thyme in it from my garden. That's what I'm doing over here. The measurements and the link to his video are in the description. He probably explains a lot better than I do. This isn't really like a tutorial type of channel. I don't know. I just want to post content, so hope you guys like it. So people get really impressed with this recipe, I've noticed, because people just think bread is like some super complicated deal. And it can be, but for the most part it's not. It's just flour and water for the most part. So I think this is a good beginner recipe. It's pretty simple, it's pretty forgiving, and it's delicious. So once I've got that all into a dough, I'm just gonna cook that in my oven. I'm just kidding. I just let it rest in there with the light on because that's a nice little warm environment to keep it in. Then I'm doing the first set of 4 of these stretches and folds. So you just lift the dough up as high as it goes and you fold it over itself. You want to do that around the perimeter of the whole dough. You want to do that 4 times in total every 30 minutes. Another thing about bread is it's just a waiting game. It's minimal work. Most of the time you're just letting it do its thing, letting the yeast go to work. So, I mean, every 30 minutes, maybe like 2 seconds of action, and then you're just sitting there watching the Canucks game, doing whatever the hell you like to do. This is the 4th stretch and fold I'm fast forwarding to. You can see the difference in the texture of the dough. It's a lot jigglier, airier, bouncier. The yeast has been living. So after the 4th stretch and fold, you just want to get ideally a 9 by 13 inch tray for this recipe. Drizzle the shit out of it with olive oil pretty generously. That's what makes it taste so good. It pretty much just fries in the olive oil. Then I'm just pouring it out onto my tray, coating both sides, just flipping it over. And now I'm just going to stretch it out as much as I can into the corners of the tray. If it doesn't stretch all the way, just let it rest 20 minutes and try again. The dough will relax. You'll be able to do it. Here I'm grating some cheese because I actually made 2 and made the other one into a pizza. Check out my TikTok for that one. So this is an hour later. This is the most fun part. You just want to dimple the whole thing, go around it. Feels really good. And once you're done dimpling that, you just want to drizzle it pretty generously with olive oil. And this just makes it taste so good. It's just absolutely fried in olive oil, but it doesn't taste greasy and gross. Now I'm putting it into a 450 oven about 25 minutes. There's the pizza one. Again, check out my TikTok or my Instagram, Razjam Cooks. Now you guys can hear the crunch and the crust. That's like what YouTube and TikTokers do, right? Like they rub the knife on the thing to make it sound all crispy. Now here's the crumb. I make this all the time. It's actually delicious. Yep. And then you just want to cut it into pieces. You could even cut it into bigger pieces and like cut it horizontally and make sandwiches. And here's the pizza version. It was also bussin'. I like dipping it in some olive oil and some balsamic. And there it is.